Hi, it's Dax. Today I just want to talk to you about some conclusive evidence that proves that we don't train leadership properly. So did you know 80% of CEOs would sacrifice long-term growth, long-term development and innovation for this quarter's profits? Been done in a survey. It's undeniable. The people who lead us don't understand leadership. In a post by a lady called Rana Fanur, and I'll put a link in the description, Rana explains in cold, hard detail how business education has failed business. She makes the case with CEOs, but we can see this evidence almost everywhere, can't we? I can when I work with all these different businesses. So leaders simply don't have the skills to lead. Yes, our leaders have financial nous, they understand how to balance a P&L, they have some commerciality, but they lack the value set and the foresight to create a legacy, to create a business that lasts forever. Instead, they focused on today's results, no matter the consequence of tomorrow's actions. Most people in leadership positions see leading as a mathematical challenge. When leading, the ability to perform at their very best is clearly not a mathematical challenge when you think logically about it. In my own experience, I have seen good people who want to be seen as good leaders, but simply have no idea how to lead. And I know, because it's so common, that you have experienced the same thing too, because it's all around us. There's more commonly bad leadership than there is good leadership. A great example was back about 12 years ago, and the managing director was in a tough trading period in the company that I worked for, and he always used to tell us that we needed to change, that we needed to get better. But that was it, nothing else. No vision, no how, just get more sales, get better, change what you're doing. Don't know what to change to, just change. No investment in the people who needed to change. There was no tactics to grow. It was just get better. What's more, he used that same tactic for 3 years in a row while this company steadily went backwards and backwards. Now, if you use that strategy for 2 years in a row, then surely by year 3, it's obvious it's not working. Logically, you change the strategy because it's not worked for 2 years. Why would it work in the third? But he never changed it. And why didn't he? Because without the right training, how would you ever know what to do? We assume that our leaders are trained in leadership, but they're not. They're trained in finance. They are trained on case studies from the past. A past, by the way, which has literally zero resemblance to our current trading environment. So it's not our fault. Anybody in a leadership place, it's not our fault we've not been trained. How can we lead without the right training, the right support? The world's workforce has changed. They have no loyalty to companies anymore. They seek better conditions. They demand to feel safe. They demand to feel trusted. They demand to feel valued. The world's workforce now needs fulfillment as well as a pay packet. And if we don't train our leaders to understand that and deliver that in our business education, then how are they ever going to be able to lead? Our world has changed. Our trading environment is unsure, it's insecure. Our workforce is less loyal and demands significantly more from their workplace than ever before. The leaders who can figure this out first are the ones who will thrive in this new world, the ones who will have success beyond current imagination. And the magic is that leadership is trainable. But we need to train the right things. Things like social science, human psychology, personal purpose, empathy, vulnerability, creating autonomous environments, to name just a few. These are the things that will transform leadership. These are the things that will transform our business world. As I said at the top, 80% of the world's leaders would sacrifice growth, development, and innovation for the future for today's profits. That's not leadership. That's short-sighted. That's dangerous to the longevity of their companies. And everybody can see that. If you want to be a leader that thrives in our new world, then we need to change your style. You need to adapt. You need to look at the skill set, the strategies, and the tactics that are absolutely needed to connect to followers now. And where you can do that? With my new book, The Enlightened Leadership. Leadership for an Uncertain World. It goes through how the world has changed, what followers now need, and how you can adapt your leadership to become the best leader you have ever been. If you need this book, you want to improve your leadership, then get it. It's available on Amazon right now. The link is below.